All right, this week's news Unlocked here on Podcast Unlocked.
Now here's
the
news.
Here's the news with Destin
Fallout 3.
Gary.
Here's the news.
$3.
Sorry, I don't have a manly voice.
No, I like that. I like your take on it is much friendlier.
Whenever we do the news, I think of Three Dog from Fallout 3.
Did he live in your Fallout 3?
No, he's on your radio, and he says, like, here's the news. Like he says.
But did you go to the radio station?
Oh, yeah,
did you do the quest?
That's one of the main story quests, isn't it?
Yeah.
I did everything in that game, so I definitely
so you did.
it.
You took care of business.
Yeah.
Business.
Did you blow up Megaton, yes or no?
No.
Totally nuked that town. It's
I had a save before I made the decision, though, because I was curious, and I did blow it up. Yeah.
Spoilers for anyone who hasn't played 2008 Fallout 3. Yeah. All right.
It'd be great if we got a ton of hate mail. I'd love that.
I'm still deciding what to do. You ruined it.
You got to that saber before Megaton. Didn't actually go through.
This week in the news.
Speaking of a Megaton.
Yeah, actually, this did kind of come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Marc Whitten, the man credited as the chief product officer on the Xbox One.
More like Marc Whitten.
Oh, I get it.
Oh, my God.
Nailed it. GDC can't take it out of me.
This is you.
Nailed it. Swish. Kobe.
Yeah. From way downtown, bang. Marc Whitten, the chief product officer of at Microsoft on the Xbox team, a 14-year Microsoft veteran, said, "See ya."
Yep.
Left. It seems like this was kind of sudden, and the reason that we say that is because he had been publicly scheduled to host a fireside chat about Xbox One stuff this Friday.
I'm assuming you guys aren't going to that now.
No, Phil Spencer's doing it instead now, which I love Phil. He listens to the show.
Yeah.
So I look forward to attending.
So Whitten had to be looking at. He went to Sonos.
Sonos, those guys that make it's a home audio thing where it streams out to any speakers or whatever the Sonos devices.
Yeah. But I mean, he had to be in talks for them for a long time.
Not necessarily. I mean, that stuff can happen.
You think it just kind of came along and they were like, here's a dump truck full of money, and he's like, well, I got to take this. Sorry.
I'm curious your guys' theories on why Whitten would leave after 14 years. I mean, the timing is a little weird. So
Well, he did it
crisis.
right after Titanfall launched. So maybe there's something to do with that.
Well, he didn't go to eat. Like it's at least it's not like lobbyists or like government officials that make deals with big companies and then like 6 months later they go work for that company.
Yeah.
But
that happened.
That did not happen in this case. But it is a little weird that Stephen Elop, who of course we've dedicated a lot of airtime to on this program, both for good and bad. He just took over the Xbox division.
Yeah.
And then like 2 weeks later, Marc Whitten leaves, or maybe a month has it been? I'm not probably not even that.
Since I've been on this podcast,
so I have to wonder if Marc Whitten either wanted the job, of overseeing the entire Xbox division.
He felt like snubbed.
Felt passed over or snubbed, and said, "Okay, well, I'm gonna see what else is out there," and got in touch with Sonos, or they found him, or if maybe he just butted heads with Stephen Elop. Like maybe he wasn't gunning for the job, but Elop came in, and maybe it's just things happen in business where there's a personality clash, and you don't see eye to eye on things, and
or maybe it was just a 14,
Marty and I
14 years in a job.
That's
14 years and getting bored, and
seriously,
saying, "Hey, Titanfall's launch, we're all good to go."
He's getting a little older. Maybe he got a tattoo.
Probably definitely
on a motorcycle.
Maybe he's having a midlife crisis.
That's what I was just saying.
I'm getting too old for this shit.
And there's our rating.
Done for the week.
Find myself a motorcycle.
Right.
See
but
ya.
one thing,
there's just this last. I feel like every time we've had a show, there's
people leaving other companies.
A company
executive
shutting
from
down.
Microsoft or a creative from Sony leaving. Like
in 2014. Well, no, Matrick was last year.
Yeah.
So in the last, let's say, 6 months.
Yeah.
Don Matrick, gone. Jack Trenton at Sony,
gone.
And now Marc Whitten, gone.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm leaving someone or...
You had like it was a little lower level, but Amy Hennig gone from Naughty
Right,
Dog.
Amy Hennig situation.
Rational shutdown.
Everything's just a pile of
Don't
sadness.
depress me.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Rational
Pen.
Yeah.
I still have
couple
mine.
things. here's what I wonder if is part of it too for Marc Whitten. I mean, yeah, he has been there for 14 years, as you had Marty. Like, you got to figure like being the chief Xbox dude for the program at the division at Microsoft. It's been a high stress job between the 180 stuff and just the launch of this product that's key to the entire Microsoft company, and you got this new. Well, there's another Ballmer left. That was one.
Yeah, that's
off.
The guy I'm like, we're forgetting somebody really high up.
Yeah.
But you got to figure like if Sonos offered him comparable money, that's got to be way less stress. Way less stress than working at Microsoft.
Like the internet's not talking shit about you at Sonos. Like, you know what I mean? You don't have animated GIFs about you. Like, they're not critiquing every sentence, every turn of the phrase.
The Onos is better than the Sonos.
Nailed it.
Can't even get my audio in 1080 hertz.
Yeah.
It's like AM over there at Sonos.
He's launched the console though. He knows what happens.
A couple of them.
Yeah.
Well,
he's
3
been
of them.
14 years. He's launched all of them.
all 3 of them. But
he should be used to it.
So here's the question: is I'll just float this out there.
Mm-hmm.
There are 2 high-profile names that come to mind. I mean, it's I'm sure they're looking at 1 million people. Do you call Jack Trenton
or Marty Sleva?
Do you just that'd be like a wife swap.
Yeah,
like the old Yankees. Yeah.
Like
that'd be cool.
Big Love on HBO.
Yeah.
It's my week. It's my week.
Yeah.
You think that's
no? I mean, I want to know who your second name is because I know who my name is.
Marty.
Well, you go ahead.
You know who I'm going to say. Better call Jay.
Of course. From his, dig him out of his whatever grave he's in right now.
He's on a mountain
he's
in Denver.
I thought it was Portland.
Oh, it's probably Portland.
I thought he's in Portland.
Yeah.
Really?
He travels a lot. But Jay Allen, coming back out of retirement.
Are you guys Facebook friends?
He's like a Sherpa. I do a lot of research.
Otherwise known as stalking.
Okay, well, it's...
Well,
Yeah, potato. Research stalking.
The other one that came to mind for me was Phil Spencer. Is he in a position now to sort of take over the Xbox?
I would say so.
Mm-hmm. Do we want that? Because Phil, I feel that Phil has done a great job because he oversees the studios, the games, and that is one thing where the PS4 is technically a better console, from a numbers perspective. And it's a great platform, but I just on a purely subjective level, I am more attracted to the Xbox games than I am the PlayStation games. At this point, I'll inevitably...
It's about the software.
Yeah, I'm going to have a PS4 at some point once I can scrounge together some extra money. But yeah, I mean, I'm more excited about the Xbox lineup, and Phil is the guy that's largely responsible for that. I mean, he's the guy that signs Insomniac to do Sunset Overdrive, and he's the guy that that gets Remedy on board to do Quantum Break.
Yeah,
and he's the guy that you could go on and on. So. But at the same time, maybe I just fear it, and his passion and enthusiasm and knowledge would be awesome for that role.
Yeah, on a higher level.
Mm-hmm. So, Phil, if you just want to call in and let us know if you're in the running, we'll do weekly updates. Yeah.
Or Jay, if you want to call in.
From his mountain.
Phil Spencer is having Jay Allard killed right now. Oh. His body will be found on the side of that mountain next to his bike.
Next to his Sherpa. I assume he has a Sherpa.
Who else might be good for taking over Xbox?
I feel like I would be willing to bet it's going to be one of those names from left field, like someone that we have to do research on. We're like, who is this? Yeah.
How about Peter Moore?
How many tattoos can he possibly get?
He's got plenty of arm
he's got
left.
plenty of flesh left.
Yeah.
I think Peter Moore's cool.
No, he's staying. He
he's not going anywhere
to be with his family who lives here.
Yeah.
So that's not happening.
Yeah.